right, now in this video we're going to be talking about a few things, analyzing your data and things that really should matter to you as you run your campaigns. How do you know that this is what is wrong? Maybe this is what I should fix, right? How do you tell that? And that's what I want to be talking about in this video. All right, so we're going to be looking at 3 key metrics that you should be looking at. 4, right? Actually 4. One of them is CTR. CTR means click-through rate, and I'm going to tell you how that is calculated. We're going to look into that. The second one is CTA, right? That is cost per action, right? That depends on what you're optimizing for. You're optimizing for add to cart, optimizing for leads, whatever it is, okay? The third thing that you should be looking at is frequency, right? Which is basically how often is your ad being shown to same person, okay? Then the fourth one, which I think is very important, is your ROI, return on investment. This is different from ROAS, okay, return on ad spend. In fact, the whole thing about ROAS, I think, is just a BS, okay, because you are not going to find the ideal, like it can't really tell you what is going on in your business. Now, why do I say so? Because really, the profit that you make at the end of the day is more important to the return on the ad spend, okay? Because if you look at it, there are other logistics that are involved. You are going to transport the product, you're going to spend on other things, pay salary. You know, if you're in business, you should already know all of these things. If you are not taking all of these things into consideration, then you need to start doing that. That is why I always say that knowing your numbers really matters in this game of ours. All right. So you want to make sure that you understand your numbers. You know exactly what your cost per action should be for you to be profitable. So if you're going, beyond that cost per action, you know that means it's time for me to fix certain things. So for some other basic metrics that are not really important, we are going to be looking at all of those ones. But the ones that you really should be looking at on the dashboard are CTR, CTA, frequency. These 3 metrics are very important. You want to make sure that you look at them. That will tell you exactly what you need to do. Return on ad spend, you need to return on investment rather. You need to do that calculation on yourself. I can do that for you. You know how much your inventory costs. You know how much your local shipping is costing. And of course, if you have staffs that you pay, like myself, of course, you should know that you need to factor that all in, so that you know that you're in profit. Okay, so you need to know that. All right, so I'm going to go to my dashboard. Okay, so here is a dashboard, and this is for the last 30 days. This is one of my ad accounts. All right, so how you can see that I have a lot of different things right here, a lot of different metrics. Okay, a lot of different metrics, and there are a few ones that I just said that are more relevant. So for instance, cost per result. So cost per result is more like cost per action. It's the same thing, right? Cost per action. Of course, you want to look at I said CTR, right? You want to look at CTR, the unique CTR, and of course the link click and the CTR, of course. I'm going to tell you the difference between the unique CTR and the CTR. I'm going to tell you the difference between the both of them. And the other metric is the frequency. Now, how do you have all of these metrics to show up on your dashboard? All you just have to do is go to this column right here. For you, you might see performance right here. You are going to see performance right here. So you just click on it and scroll and click on customize columns, and you can just search for that specific metric that you're looking for. A lot of metrics right here, you like a lot of things that you can find, your your campaign ID, your ad set, a lot of things right here. Okay, but there are just these three things that you really, of course, as there are other things that you can look at, but I think from what I've been doing and what I know so far, these three key metrics, or these three metrics are key for you to diagnose what is going on with your campaigns and know what exactly to fix and what not to fix. Okay, so you just search for what you want. So for instance, I don't have frequency there, so I'm just going to choose frequency right here and apply. All right, so now we will be able to see frequency right here. Okay, now the first thing, or the first metric that we're going to be talking about is the CTRO. Now you can see that we have unique CTRO and the CTRO itself. Now both of them, they are calculated based on impressions and reach. All right, the difference, because of course I know you're thinking about now, what's the difference between impression and the difference between reach? All right, now impression basically means that your ad was on the feed of someone. Okay, the number of times that your ad is placed on the feed of someone, and the reach is the number of people who actually saw it. See the difference? The number of people who actually saw that ad is the reach. All right, so how do you calculate the unique CTRO and the CTRO? Now the CTRO is calculated based on impressions, all right, and the unique CTRO is calculated based on reach. Okay, now how is that done? That's done from your clicks. Okay, so you're going to, if you look here, you're going to see unique clicks and link clicks. All right, you have unique clicks and link clicks. All right, so for you to calculate your link, that's your CTRO. All right, it's going to be your link clicks, right, divided by your impressions. Okay, so for instance, let's look at this one right here. Say 64 clicks. For scroll all the way down and check the impression. Right, so the impression here is 3,028, right? 3,028. So if we have 64 divided by 3,028, right? Times 100, okay? That gives us 2.11, right? So let's see if that's the CTRO that we saw there. Exactly, so that's the CTRO. Now for unique CTRO is based on reach, like I said. So this is going to be unique clicks. Okay, remember clicks are different from unique clicks. So unique clicks mean it's for per individual. That's what it means, unique. So if you have more than the number, simply means that probably one person clicked more than once, right? That's what that means. Okay, now for unique CTRO, that means that you have to divide unique link clicks by reach. So if we look at so the reach here is 22. So if we see 62 divided by 2215, right? So this is times 100. That's 2.8. 2.8%. So you can see it right here, 2.8%. So that's how you calculate the CT, or that's how the CTR is calculated. So how do you use it to know what is going on with your campaigns? Now for impressions, so of course you want to make sure that your CTRO is at least 2%. You should be aiming at over 2%. So once your CTR is dropping, the higher your CTR, the more good that you know that your ad copies and your creative, they are doing really great. Okay, so these are the metrics that you will use to know that your copies and your creatives, they are good. So which of them tells you to say, oh, check your copy, or check your creative. Now, for the CTR tells you about your creative. Okay, so if your CTR is low, is dropping below 2%, then you really want to be checking your creative. It means you can do better. It doesn't mean that if it is low that you cannot make profit. Of course you can make profit, but remember that your ad is being shown, and it's on the feed, but people are not noticing it, right? And imagine if more people are actually noticing it. It means you are going to be in profit better. You're going to make more profit. That's what it means, isn't it? So you want to make sure that you look at your CTR. So the lower your CTR, the more you pay attention to your creative. It simply shows that your creatives are not stopping the scroll. People cannot even see it. People are not looking at it. All right, that's what it means. Now, for unique CTR, it simply means that your ad copy is not piquing people's curiosity. It's not arousing curiosity. Like, people don't want to know more. It's not making people get to that point of they want to know more about what you're saying. That is what you want to look at for your unique. That's what your unique CTR is going to tell you. All right, so if you're seeing a CTR below 2, you need to work on your ad copy and the headline on your ad. Okay, of course you know what the headline is. Of course you should know that by now. So you want to make sure you work on the headline. You want to work on the ad copy. Okay, you want to work on the ad copy. So that's what it means. You need to work on the ad copy so that you can get more people to your site. All right, now we said the unique CTR is going to tell you about what your ad copy, both of course the post and the headline. The CTR itself is going to tell you about your creative, that you should improve on your creative and make sure that you fix that. Now, the other thing that we talked about is the frequency. The frequency simply means that your ad is getting fatigued. Okay, so initially you're going to experience maybe a high CTR, then over time is going to die down because people are beginning to see the creative over and over and over and over again, and it leads to what we call a fatigue, ad fatigue, whatever it is, right? So what that means that you need to change your ad creative. Now, this is the reason why I say that if you're launching prospecting campaigns, try as much as you can to exclude people who have interacted with that campaign initially. Now, if you look at right here, you're going to find some really crazy numbers. So for instance, this one is to a cold audience. This one I say 1.37 is a cold audience. This one that is 3.26 is to a warm audience. So people who've interacted with my page, and of course that will happen. And this is why you want to make sure that you don't allocate so much budget on your retargeting campaigns. Okay, I believe that you guys you want to watch this a couple of times so that you can have a full understanding of what I'm talking about. All right. So you can see these numbers, 13, like, it's crazy numbers, right? Imagine one person seeing an ad for 13 times, right? It simply means that the person is seeing the ad over and over and over and over and over again, right? And of course, that is what retargeting helps you to do. That's what retargeting is for, all right? But you don't want to overdo it. Don't overdo it, okay? Because people are going to annoy people with your ad. So you want to, depending on the strategy you're using, or depending on your funnel flow and how long it takes people to actually convert through your funnel. So you know your business better than I do. So you will know if I'm probably selling something for a low ticket product. 7 days, people should make a decision. 7 days, 14 days, people should already make a decision too. So you're selling something for 10,000, 15,000. People should make decision within that period, right? But if you're selling something for 50, for 60, for 100 and something, for 200 and above, then of course a 30-day 60 days window is perfect. Okay. Now that is for that. If your frequency is high, you want to make sure that you look at your creatives, create better creatives. All right. Now the next thing is, you see that every of these things, they are fine. Your click-through rate is top notch. Your frequency is good, right? But then you're not converting, right? You're not converting. It simply means that you need to work on your landing page. Something's up with your landing page. So for instance, you're using the funnel of people opting in or a squeeze page, and they move on to the next point. So a lot of people are landing on your page. So yeah, you can still check the landing page views. Okay, the number of people who are landing on your page. So if you come over here, say landing page views. Okay, do unique, right? So you're gonna see the number of people who are actually landing on your page, and with this you can tell the number of people who are landing on the page and the number of people who are actually opting in. Okay, so they get to your page, but then they are not going beyond that page. Simply means that your landing page is not doing enough job to actually get them to the next level. Okay, and you want to look at that. Okay, now once you know that you're doing all of these things and people are going to your page, and your offer is great. So if people are going to your page, so for instance, I have 500 and something persons who landed on my page. All right, but then out of the 500 and something, a 50% conversion rate is great. Okay, so you have 500 people landing, and then 250 are actually going through to the next stage. But then at the end of the day, you find yourself getting just maybe 4 sales, maybe 2 sales, 1 sale, right? A conversion rate below 2% on your funnel. Then you really want to start looking at your offer. You need to start looking at your offer. Your offer page needs to be looked at. All right, you need to make sure that you do more work on your offer page to improve on your offer. All right. And then of course there are times whereby you not notice that your cost per action is beginning to shoot up. Your cost per action is beginning to shoot up, but then you know that my every other metric that we just talked about now is fine. Your offer is good. You know that it's good, right? It's converted for a while, and of course it's been making you sales. Frequency is fine, CTRO is great, then but your CTA is shooting up. That tells you that you need to try another audience. That tells you it's time for try another audience. Okay, it's either your audience is fatigued, or the audience you're targeting is no longer the right audience. You need to check out or try another audience. All right, so these are things that you should be focused on, things that you should be looking at. Okay, these are things that you want to make sure that you look at too, because of course at the end of the day you want to make sure that you drive your CPA down, because if you can drive your CPA down, of course you are going to make more profit. You're going to make more profit, obviously. All right, so but you want to look at every of these metrics: your CTR, your frequency. All right, your CTR is very important, guys. CTR, the unique in the other one, you want to know if your ad copy or your creative is doing a great job taking people to your landing page, and if people are going to your landing page, are they moving on to the next page? All right, the next part of your flow. If they are not, then the landing page needs to be improved. Okay, so this is where all of these metrics comes in. I know that this is a whole lot I just dumped on you, and this is why I just wanted to keep it simple. Yes, this is still simple. There are a whole lot of other things that you might want to look at, but just if you can work on this part, you should be able to detect, I need to fix this, I need to fix that. All right, than just walking blindly, because you want to look at your numbers. You want to know what's working. So if you know what is working, you can go on and even break down your data, right? Break down your data by say, the age, the gender, which people are actually taking action, the platform, where are my ads just showing more, right? And where should I be focusing on? All of these things we're going to tell you, help you to optimize your ads and your campaigns even better and make your results better. But of course, you need to understand that Facebook works with data, so you want to give your ads some time to be able to gather this data. If you can have this data, it becomes easy for you to run your ads onward. Okay, so that's it, guys, for this video. I hope you learned something. Bye.